well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yes, it's Monday. I know. hmm Some of y'all, it might be a mad Monday. In some cases, it might be a beautiful Monday. It's still a mad Monday, but it's mad Monday with the OG in the building. And how's everybody doing? How's everybody going? How's everybody feeling? You know,
What's up, Mark?
what's happening? What's happening?
Boy, I came at the right time for this topic, boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, listen, when I seen Shannon and Ocho talked about it, I said, yeah, I already know you about to address it.
Yeah, you know, just just getting on to the get on. You know, those of you that might have been sleeping up under a rock and didn't notice our young Ricky undrafted free agent cornerback Kobe Bryant decided he wanted to voice his opinion and give an analogy about a fellow NFL player. Um, and was spot on with his analogy. You know, those in Raven Nation, Atlanta Falcon Nation, as well. Those that are AAU followers, uh, stands, stalkers, fans, um, worshippers of one Lamar Jackson, seem to have kinds of attitudes and feeling that the young man should not have said what he said. Well, in most cases, generally most cases, when you feel like that, most time the situation is a true acknowledgement. You know, we have been called Lamar Jackson haters.
Yep.
Um, we have been called by the fake woke folk, the
Mm-hmm.
people that hate on the black man.
Yep.
Um, but what I say to you that who worship and idolize this particular modern day Michael Vick Jr. as it was, um, where's the lie? Where's the lie?
Ooh, boy.
I'm just saying, where is the lie?
Hey, what Drake say, no lie, no lie, no lie.
I mean, what big game has Lamar Jackson won?
Uh-oh. You didn't got him started now, didn't
Mm-hmm.
you?
What big game has he won?
They don't know. They know better not to answer that.
I mean,
The tape
James
don't.
Harden is the perfect analogy
Yeah.
because especially since he left OKC.
Yeah, he went to
He,
Houston
he,
too.
he's better than he's been in several big series,
Yeah.
and it have come up short, come up small in the big games, in the game sevens,
Yeah.
and things of that nature.
Right.
Well, let's pull over and look at Lamar Jackson again. I asked the question: what big game has he won? I mean, is there a lie in his 3-5 playoff record?
Nope.
And
Not
one of
even
those
close.
and one of those losses being the AFC Championship game, and he was standing there looking like a 2-year-old second grader trying to read Egyptian hieroglyphics, trying to decipher that Kansas City Chiefs defense in the
Right.
second half. Huh? Well, I mean, where is the goddamn lie?
Hey, don't forget this too, OG. His rookie year, he didn't throw the ball good. Just saying.
Man, he hasn't thrown the ball good his whole fucking career.
Right. So nothing this Kobe Bryant do said was a lie. Where is the lie?
I mean, it was comedy gold to me.
Cause I'm
And
still, I'm
he took Lamar's body and put James Harden head on it. Perfect.
they,
Perfect.
they the same damn player. Shit.
Perfect. I mean, again, where is the lie?
There is none.
James Harden is the top three in scoring
Right.
every year for the last 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson, top quarterback in rushing. You know what I'm saying? The last 8 years. But what is that amounted to?
Nothing.
What is it amounted to?
Losing.
What is all that goddamn Kunta Kinte ass running got Lamar Jackson in the NFL?
Sent home every damn playoffs.
I mean, all that running got you two MVPs, and what did you do with them?
Ain't win no Super Bowl. Tell you that.
Besides, be the reason that Mike Vrabel is the head coach in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damn, where
I
was he
mean,
at? Hey, where was he at when before he went to Tennessee? Was he on somebody's coaching staff?
he did start out on Belichick's coach staff.
That's right. That's right. Yep, he sure did.
If I'm not mistaken, he was a linebackers coach and defensive line coach for a minute.
Hey, didn't they fire Red Roman too? They did do that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to, and we all know who falls that behind the scenes.
They fired him and went and got a college offensive coordinator
Right.
who was at Georgia. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that playbook that he runs now in Baltimore, that two-time national championship playbook,
Right.
that still to this very moment Stetson Bennett looks better running that offense than he do.
So you notice how they switch coordinators, but it's the same outcome.
Mhm.
Yep. Sent home. Hmm.
I mean, I don't get these people. You know,
Yeah.
now all of a sudden there's some unwritten law
Right.
where people can't voice their opinion.
I don't know what the
Uh,
hell.
and you got people out here wanting to call the young man ignorant for saying what he said.
No.
Well,
You ain't
he
ignorant.
can't be ignorant if it's a solid, truthful goddamn statement.
Right.
Judge Textbook was good.
Hell, I can't find not one lie in that statement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Georgia,
Yes, sir.
Georgia, Texas boy. What's going on, family?
I mean, I get being a fan,
Right.
and you're gonna like the player that you like.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
You know, but it's to this point. All right, we're 8 years in,
Mm-hmm.
and you have last year with his first year for throwing for over 4,000 yards.
Right.
All right, and a lot of people feel like that negates the previous seven. No, it don't. I mean, you're 8 years in as a quarterback, and you don't have more than 25,000 passing yards in this NFL, and y'all okay with that? He has a 3-5 playoff record, and y'all okay with that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, people like to holler about, you know what I'm saying, somebody's, in certain cases, fans, we as fans settle for mediocrity. Okay, this is the epitome. You running out here defending Lamar Jackson is a clear case of settling for mediocrity.
Yep.
Of a guy who's a facade at running back pretending to be a quarterback.
Yep.
And then when he's held to quarterback standards, oh, now we're hating?
Shit. I told you.
Now we're hating because we're holding him to the same standard you held Matt Ryan to. We're holding him to the same standard you held Joe Montana, you held Brett Favre, you held Peyton Manning, you held Aaron Rodgers, you held Steve McNair. The same standards you held Randy Cunningham to, the Doug Williams, the Warren Moon, the Jim Kelly, the Dan Marino, the Steve Young, the same standards. And all of a sudden you can't hold Lamar Jackson to those standards.
Yep.
And you get on your soapbox and be mad, upset in your feelings with your thumb tied in a knot around your clit, mad because the truth of the matter is he is not it.
Nope.
The James Harden analogy by Kobe Bryant was spot on, and that's what y'all are mad about.
Right.
What big game has Lamar Jackson won?
I'm still waiting on that answer.
Because neither one of the 3 playoff wins that he had propelled him to a Super Bowl.
Nope.
Neither one of those 3 playoff wins that he had were in a Super Bowl. Not now one of those 3 playoff wins that he had was in a conference championship game. So again, I asked the question, where is the damn lie? He is the James Harden of the NFL, cannot win the big game.
So I got a question. So he's been in the league for 8 years now, right, OG?
This will be year 9.
So if you've been in the year that long, if you've been in the league that long and still ain't made it to a Super Bowl appearance, what does that tell you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Matt Ryan made one before Vic and Lamar. I'm just saying.
I mean, when you ask the questions that are asked of other quarterbacks,
right?
I mean, there have been cases where other receivers that have, but in these 8 years, the Baltimore Ravens have drafted a slew, a number of first, second, and fourth round receivers, especially in those first 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
All those receivers that they drafted in those first 5 years are on other teams.
Yep.
Okay, Hollywood Brown got him a Super Bowl ring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, again, the question is being asked: as a quarterback in this league, what offensive coordinator has gotten a head coaching job from coaching Lamar Jackson?
Not one.
What receiver or offensive player that has went in and got a check, whether it's been with the Ravens or with somewhere else, because of playing with Lamar Jackson? And don't say King Henry, because King Henry got that check on his own merit. It had nothing to do with Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Them almost 2,000 yards was on King Henry.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, outside of Mark Andrews,
Little skeptical about the Commanders' defense, however, I do agree.
so that's literally about the only person that he throws to.
Mm-hmm.
Who has he made better?
The opposing team.
What receiver, lineman, what player on the offensive unit is made better because of Lamar Jackson? Okay, I mean, what offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach has gotten a head coaching or coordinator job from coaching Lamar Jackson? Y'all out here mad and taking shots and trying to throw shade at our young guy for saying the damn truth. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm really confused. I mean,
when I check with people there, I kind of hear the same thing. We remain optimistic. We've been in contact with Aaron.
But you heard all this.
You lose last year to Buffalo,
Right.
in the same fashion you have lost all the other games that you have lost in the playoffs. Turning the ball over in crunch time, 2 turnovers. You know, can't put a consistent drive together. You know what I'm saying? Can't lead your team.
Right.
Yeah, when you go back to the playoff loss, they didn't.
And I'm gonna tell you something. If this season ends the same way this time, Jim Harbaugh gonna be looking for a new address.
Even the contract they gave him.
But let them doggone Ravens not make it to a conference game or the Super Bowl. They're gonna fire Jim Harbaugh ass.
It won't surprise me, man. And of course, that'll be. Oof.
Because Jim Harbaugh is tied to Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay. And said playoff record is Jim Harbaugh's playoff record since Lamar has been a starter. Okay. You know what I'm saying? three of the 5 playoff losses were number 1 seeds.
Yeah. But you know all I heard last year when he lost. Oh man, Lamar had no help, man. He ain't had nobody to step up. But when they beat Pittsburgh, everybody came to play, huh? Now when he loses Buffalo, he ain't got no help. Y'all can miss me with that.
Wait a minute now. Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, Andrews, Bateman. I mean,
had Likely too.
Likely.
So I'm like, where
the second tight end? Likely. I mean, you had to. I mean, he threw for over 4,000 yards. So don't say he didn't have no help. No, there was somebody, some there were people he was throwing the ball to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How many more excuses y'all gonna make for this cat, man?
He had another running back too, Hill, by the way. So I'm like, what? I'm really confused. Like,
because here's the thing.
Yeah.
That defense. You lost a key player of that defense each of the last 4 years to free agency.
Patrick Queen,
him, Raekwon, a few guys. Like I said, you lost a piece every year for the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
The window is closing on that defense.
They're getting older too, boy.
The window is closing on that defense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Ed Reed ain't walking through that door.
Nope.
Ray Lewis ain't walking back through that door.
Nope.
What the other boy name?
Terrell Suggs.
Yeah, T Sizzle. He ain't walking back through that door.
Right. Didn't they have Rod Woodson on that team too?
Man, you talking about 5-6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
But
Charles McAllister is not walking back through that door.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? The window is closed. How much longer do you think that Lamar Jackson, with his style of play, is going to last in this league?
It's really not. This shit ain't gonna last long one bit.
In year 9, and you got barely just under 23,000 passing yards, and about to start year 9. You have your first 4,000-yard passing season in your 8th year in the league. And y'all still out here trying to put this motherfucker on a pedestal that he don't deserve to be on.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I find good things in life, like ordering more to save more off the Papa Paradise.
I was in a conversation the other day, and the little young whippersnapper asked the question, why Lamar Jackson ain't got the commercial Patrick Mahomes got? In the 1 year, he ain't talking that much. I said, see Herschel Walker. If you ever done heard what Herschel Walker talk, you know what I'm talking about.
Afraid for affordability. Affordability goes right along with it. You see,
I mean, just keep it a buck, man.
It's time for you to put us to the test. Whatever you do,
They have done everything physically possible to put this cat in a position to succeed with all his deficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
You give him a college football playbook. And you still have to trim that thing down 70 plays. But y'all want to get mad. Or how dare he? That's why he was undrafted. That's why Kobe Bryant was undrafted. Now here you're worried about all this. What shit? Hell, all he did was answer a question.
Right.
And it was an honest and right answer. I mean, I'll wait. If you could tell me what big game Lamar Jackson has won in his 8 years in this here league, I mean, that would justify the vitriol against Kobe Bryant's statement of him being the James Harden of the NFL. And it's a factual analogy.
If Allen wants to add a Super Bowl ring to his collection,
it was spot on.
Patrick Mahomes, they have matched up 4 times in the postseason.
I mean, I don't, the obsession that a lot of you people have of
playoff record by any quarterback
of exciting failure.
1950.
I would never understand.
What does Josh Allen and the Bills need to do, Mike?
I would never understand. But he's a 2-time MVP. Okay, and he got them MVPs for being a running back.
and I really like when they have Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox on the field. I think Keon Coleman gets
facts. Y'all were all been out of shape and were throwing and playing the race card because Josh Allen got the MVP over him. He deserved it.
Works for them. So if I'm them, keep doing what you're doing, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
And hell, Josh Allen did more with less. Half of his receiver core went down before the fucking season started.
Really, to me, the defense is what they had to address since last season.
Speaking of Baltimore, their best defensive tackles put on reserve retired list.
Man, I mean, a time, a point has got to come when you stop making excuses and look at the facts for the facts, man.
Right.
So Harrison can come in.
The facts are he is a supremely
I think he could be a truly impactful player for them in pass defense, which
top-notch athlete.
Yeah, man, the unknown in all of this is running back James Cook. He's not an OTAs. This is a top 10.
Notice the wording now. He is a supremely top-notch athlete.
Hopefully they can reach it.
I didn't say quarterback.
They have a lot of work to do. And
There's a difference.
Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, they're 15 to 20 million per year. So running back market has gone up.
I mean, y'all would come in and put the spin machine on and try to, spin this all you want. The facts are he is 3-5 in 8 years in this league with one conference championship appearance, and he shit the bed diarrheally, in that game.
Right.
And when you when you hold him to the standards that we have held Roger Staubach, Fran Tarkenton, even Terry Bradshaw, Dan Fouts, Mark Egan, shit.
Damn, that's before my
Matt
time.
Ryan, Rodgers, Drew Brees, Cam Newton, Steve McNair, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, shit. The standard that has been held to every quarterback that has come down this pike and played this game in the NFL, but then there is a reason why we shouldn't hold him to those same standards. I know why that is, because when you hold him to the standards of a NFL quarterback, it exposes everything about him as a quarterback in this league, which he is not. He is a fraud. An exciting failure. Because that's what 3-5 as a playoff record is.
Yeah, Dan, it's interesting. Whoever's going to have to go through Kansas City is going to have to go through more stealth.
That's what it is.
Right.
Also got 25 pounds this offseason. So it was sort of a thing last year. He came into almost shape. He is about to change it, and he has this offseason.
Look, man, again,
One more thing.
there's nothing wrong with, liking a player, rooting for a player and whatnot. But this whole him having to be the face of the mobile quarterback in the league, he got to be the face of no. They know you got your fantasy wants. But the truth of the matter is, Patrick Mahomes is the face of this league for a very good reason.
Mm-hmm.
A factual reason. He has been in every AFC championship game since becoming the starter of the Chiefs. With three rings.
Yep.
To show for it. With 3 rings to show for it. All right. You know what I'm saying? And you can hate Patrick Mahomes. And most times you probably hate Patrick Mahomes for the same reason you hated Tom Brady for all those years, because he's a winner. And it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Richie? What's going on? I mean, again, you can have your fantasy wants. You know what I'm saying? Your fantasy numbers are not gonna make him the best player, the best quarterback in the league. Because he's no. He is fraudulent as a quarterback in this league, and his playoff record screams that. No matter how many film clips you put up of him running the ball, put them same film clips up of him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got one 4,000-yard passing season in 8 years.
The greatest
Mm.
ever.
In 8 years,
A
on total, you have less than 24,000 passing yards total, and y'all proud of that?
in the range of 26. If you were to leave Oklahoma City after this year,
Somebody need to, you know what I'm saying, pull the dictionary up and make sure that I have in my mind the same definition of elite quarterback in my mind. I mean, because when I think of elite quarterbacks, I can name some, you know what I'm saying, you know, Matt, even Joe Flacco, you know what I'm saying, Rodgers, you know, Drew Brees, you know, the Manning brothers.
I think it was like,
You know what I'm saying? Dan Fouts, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, Phil Simms, Doug Williams, who won a fucking Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Steve McNair, Cunningham, you know, Ryan Jaworski, Fran Tarkenton, you know, Roger Staubach,
he's on an incredible run.
Bart Starr.
And I know the award was,
You know what I'm saying? Quarterbacks
Right.
that played at a high, Norm Van Brocklin.
after the
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Are you kidding me?
all in 1 year. You just don't, all in 1 year.
They did it at a high level and were held to that level of standard. But when it comes to holding him to those same standards, y'all have a problem with it because it exposes him.
Go back to Seattle, right? Because it's
The same shit I've been screaming for the last 4 years about this guy.
Mhm.
Just because you can do a particularly good Barry Sanders impression from the quarterback position don't make you a quarterback.
India's own entity, and whatever you've accomplished in the OKC Thunder uniform, that's what counts.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah, we live, King Richard. We real live on this one.
Mhm.
I mean, you know, people got in their feelings, and you know what I'm saying, and trying to go at our undrafted free agent Ricky Kobe Bryant
There's something about
for his post
Oklahoma City.
and calling Lamar Jackson the James Harden of the NFL.
He didn't win just one scoring title. He won 4 scoring titles. And yes, only went to the finals.
Okay.
He won 10 playoffs.
Where's the lie?
His brand new Oklahoma City Thunder team. He established that.
Where's the lie? I asked. And I'm gonna keep asking. Where is the damn lie?
Look, I saw them go from Seattle to OKC.
I want to know. Where is the lie?
Because it was done at the last second. Like it was almost by cover of.
I mean, but you know,
when Indianapolis
at some point, you're gonna get out your feelings
almost the same thing.
and look at what
First year was
is happening in front of you
brand new young
in the moments that make stars into Hall of Famers.
to compete in the NBA. Kevin Durant led
And in those moments,
them
he has
into the final.
shown that he is a fraudulent star.
I'm not going to give that to STA. I'm sure STA will get there at some point.
Because in your eyes, he gonna be a superstar as long as he can run the ball. But that don't make him a quarterback.
Durant had,
That don't make him an elite quarterback.
Years of service.
And you're not wrong because of the years of service, but I got to give it to.
I mean, come on now.
He wins a championship.
Look at Jalen Hurts last year with the Eagles. Same type of team.
Let alone
Eagles. I'm talking about from top to bottom. Eagles were built just like the Ravens.
when you start talking Kevin Durant, right? They both were going to the final.
You know what I'm saying? Built the absolute same.
Then when you start talking about Western Conference appearances, yeah.
But yet Jalen Hurts gets the ball to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Down the line, but if you win a championship,
He does.
he's been to 3 All-Stars. KD went to 4.
You know what I'm saying? He gets the ball, you know what I'm saying, to his skill, you know, to his skill, you know what I'm saying, skill people.
See, the
despite all the great numbers and everything,
You know, I'm just saying, man. We got to stop.
it was all they care about.
We got to stop.
They don't care that he was the greatest at this and
You know,
triple double in everything.
we got to stop with the over the top delusional minded
The season's
concept. I mean, you can't wish upon a star for this guy to be something that you are hoping for him to be.
forever. And here's why already because he's going
I'm just saying, you can hope for him to be the face of the league, but he got to you got to do some things like Patrick Mahomes has done over the last 7 to 8 years to be that.
he's going to have every single.
Can we get in the AFC Championship game consecutive years? You know what I'm saying? You got, in order to be that guy, you got to beat the guy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
In order to be that team, you got to beat that team.
Is I take into consideration who they're up against and when they're winning.
He had 3 playoff wins, none of them are relevant.
It existed when KD.
Now one of those 3 off wins are a conference championship game or a Super Bowl. None of them.
No.
No.
But the Warriors were dominant. The Cleveland
None
Cavaliers.
of them.
The Lakers were dominant. Like you had all.
You know, I'm just saying, man. And it may be for some people, it may be beating a dead horse. I mean, but you know,
TJ, tell him. For me,
it is what it is when you have idiot people calling our rookie cornerback, you know what I'm saying, you know, ignorant for making a truthful analogy.
The championship. We really believe they'll beat the Pacers. It's not a matter of if he's the greatest player in the league. It's just win. In a few more years, he will be that. But right now, it's disrespectful to Russell Westbrook to say that. I don't care if he wins the championship. Russell Westbrook really established. When KD left, he kept him going. Now I'm averaging triple-double. I'm going to get MVPs. It's him. He's earned this. The work that he put in, you can't put this man above him. Not right now. Now, in a few years, will he be there? Probably so. We assume he's going to continue to play well. He's going to average 30-plus each season. He'll be there. But right now, no.
You put SGA ahead of KD.
No.
Where do you put him on the list?
I'm going
So it's
Russell Westbrook, KD, SGA. Now, he wins the championship this year. It doesn't matter if he wins another one. In about 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I did it. My tablet died on me.
And
Damn.
he's going to continue. He's staying healthy.
Can you hear me, youngin?
Yes, sir. I can hear you just fine.
But you can't put him there over Russ.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's disrespectful to what he's accomplished.
Damn it.
They're projecting championship trophy that he'll be putting over his head, erases all of the triple double.
1 year, 1 great year erases a decade.
Why did you play in the National Football League other than is to win a Super Bowl?
Okay. Can you hear me? Because
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
I can hear you now.
Not just for the money. I play in the NFL.
Man, it's crazy.
I got the money. That's the reality of 10 years.
These kids don't forget that KD even played for OKC.
They don't remember 10 years.
10 years.
4 years.
Like, look, they gonna be like, oh, he played for Golden State. Oh, he played for
Golden State. You played for where in the Knicks? I was at.
This is an all-time run right he's on the middle of. And you talk about super teams, man. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if y'all can hear me. My tablet died and my phone is not acting right.
You know, Ibaka.
Everybody shit acting up there.
I see you talking, Jaden, but I don't hear anything.
Hold on, let me get out of here.
Oh wait, now I hear you.
You hear me now? Okay.
Yeah. Now I hear you. Okay. But
Well, damn, I forgot what the hell we was talking about.
this foolishness with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, so for the nerve of standing there and asking, come over, do the Falcons play the Ravens this year? It wouldn't matter any damn way, would it?
No, we don't. I mean, but it doesn't matter. Again, The three playoff wins that Lamar Jackson had are not even anything relevant.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? His losses are more of a bigger consequence than anything, because he has 2 turnovers in each one of those, all 5 of those losses.
Right.
The analogy is spot on because he has not won a big game in these 8 years.
Nope.
He has 1 conference championship appearance, and he had diarrhea in that game.
Yeah.
You know, just saying, people. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. On that right there, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. And what we're gonna do is shift over to the NBA playoffs.
Oh boy! Shout out to my okay. Shout out to the
The
home team, man.
the Indiana Pacers back in the finals. But most notably, the fallout from the Knicks loss. It is basketball Armageddon over there in New York.
Boy, who you telling?
You know, people their own Big Cat head, their own Bronson's head, and for the foreseeable future over there in New York, they're gonna have a hard time putting a collective product back on the court, because you only have a 2nd round pick coming up in this next NBA draft. You really don't have movable pieces. You need everything that you have on that team. You really do. But you have to expand on it, and in the position that they're in, you know, they're gonna have to get rid of what they got and just really scratch the board. Unless a miracle happens, I don't see how they keep this together or even expands on it.
Talking about OKC?
No, the Knicks.
Oh, shit. Yeah, they gonna have to do something, man. I'm afraid to say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Hart get cut.
You're probably gonna have to really start all the way. I mean, you know, because I mean, you know, you don't have any money to sign anybody.
Nah, they're gonna have to make.
Even though as good of a move as it was to get Cat,
Right.
you know, I mean, you have no way to expound on what you have with the
Right.
situation that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the outcry over there in New York, is this substitution pattern in late game situations. The lack of defense in crunch time, the lack of defense overall.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's kind of a catch-22 horrible situation. You know what I'm saying? It's really bad over there right now. I mean, the horrible. The New York Knicks fans are on suicide watch right now. The blame game is on level 100.
Boy, I'm so glad I'm not in New York right now. Boy, I might get mugged.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
I can't tell which fan base is more wild than the other. The Knicks fans or the Laker fans?
You know, I'm not even gonna touch that. Because that's gonna lead to another conversation, and I ain't got time to be, you know what I'm saying, talking to deaf, dumb, and blind folk right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It sounds like the Knicks fans, they want Tibbs out of there. They want him gone.
I mean, if you fire, which I don't think they're gonna do. I mean, because look, the move you made to get Cat when it happened, I said that move right there was gonna put them in East Conference Finals, and it did.
Right.
Okay. But the situation that they're in now is to expound on this team. You know, you got to expand on what you have, and then the money, the financial jigsaw that they have is going to be really hard to do. But as far as what happened in this series with Indiana, there's enough blame to go around. It shit happens.
Right.
Shit happens. The Indiana Pacers, who were in this position on last season, they stuck their nose to the ground and they worked their asses off to get back to this situation and to move forward. And here they are in the NBA Finals. Again, they're two totally different situations between New York and Indiana. In grabbing Pascal Siakam, who has a chip, and high level playing experience. That collective over there, you know what I'm saying? And this is going to be an interesting finals.
Man, who you telling?
This is going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be like what most folks are predicting. I think these two teams match up very, very well. And it's a legit question to ask: can the Pacers play the level of defense that OKC is playing? That's the question.
Ooh, boy.
Will OKC be able to do to Indiana what they did to Minnesota?
Man, if they can do that shit, this shit going 7 games. If they fit if they can fit the SGA out, boy.
Well,
somebody.
I mean, if Indiana can put the clamps on SGA, and make it hard for them to, do the things in the paint that they do.
Damn,
if Indiana is able to trim down a lot of OKC's transition points, then we're talking about a half-court game. We're talking about a slow down and grind. It ain't gonna be all this running back. You know what I'm saying? No track meet.
But Will said OKC don't shoot the Pacers 4-0. I don't know about that. I believe it might go to game 5. I don't know.
Again, the Pacers match up well.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a physical series.
Now, as you know, as good as I will say OKC did get better from last year, and so did Indiana. They got better from last year. Okay, but you might be a prisoner of the moment, Mr. Amy. Right?
Game 5. Whew. Shit. The way they match up with it, I can see this shit going 7.
And now the Eastern Conference Finals. Yes, you saw that. He started to walk up like it's mine because he felt he rightfully earned that. And to me, he walked us that series.
It's just something about Halliburton, boy. He just oof.
Had a ball in his hand as much as he had not one turnover in a game.
Okay, it matters.
Yeah.
And having a player or two on your squad that has been in the finals. All right, and won. That
Yep.
matters. That counts for something. All right, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know how these young guys on OKC are going to respond to being on that bright stage in the finals, up under those lights, up under that pressure.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Look, they did what they did to, you know what I'm saying, to Minnesota. All right. You know what I'm saying? All right. Shout out, kudos. They had a game plan, they exacted it, and it worked.
Yep.
But this team over here in Indiana is more than just Tyler Halliburton.
You damn.
Okay. That's the thing. There was no second. Ant didn't have nobody to back him up. No secondary score. No second and third option.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have Minnesota didn't have a second and third option behind. Indiana has a second and a third option.
They got Miles Turner.
And they match up very, very damn well in length. Yes, they do.
Hey, don't forget about that white boy they got, OG. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah. His damn name escaped me out just to say something about him.
That damn TJ McConnell is a sniper.
Yes.
I'm telling y'all now.
Yes.
I'm picking OKC to win, boy. But
William Amy is over here. He's being a prisoner of the moment.
He must be crazy if you think Indiana
y'all putting a lot of high. Look at what they did to Amy. Yeah, exactly that point. Look at what they did to Anthony Edwards.
Right.
Edwards. It wasn't Anthony Edwards and the second and the third option. There was no second and the third option. Anthony Edwards was Minnesota's offense.
Yep.
It is not the same. That is not the same. The Pacers have a second and a third option.
And they got a bench. And they got a hell of a bench, too.
Listen. If y'all think that OKC is going to come in here and put the broom on it, okay, all right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, let this shit go to 7 games and then when everybody don't say.
I mean, this is going to be a hell of a series.
I'm telling y'all now, man. Don't think
it's going to be a hell of a series. It's going to be a better series than what you know what I'm saying, some people are saying and believing.
I'm looking forward to see
again, I'm not taking anything away from what OKC has done in these playoffs at all. Not taking nothing away from that. But Indiana is a different animal.
Hey man, shout out to Rick Carlisle, man. That's the coach who's been there who's won. So that's why I keep telling people, man.
Yes. You got championship, you got playoff and championship experience on that Pacers team.
Right. Well, on the other side,
from the coach and a couple of the players.
Yep.
Okay. Rick Carlisle has as a coach and player championship pedigree. All right. You know what I'm saying? You got Siakam over there now who won in Toronto.
Yep.
Who was an integral part of that team winning that championship in Toronto. Right? He had championship pedigree. You have championship pedigree at the coaching spot.
Right.
Okay. There's, like I said, there is a first, second, and a third option in that Pacers offense. Not like Minnesota, where Ant-Man was the offense for them.
Yeah. That's a whole different ball that they playing with.
That's why OKC was able to do what they did. They depicted a particular game plan to cut and off, to shut him off. They made sure if Minnesota it was gonna beat them, it wasn't gonna be in. So when we're in here, you know what I'm saying, and we're all on the bandwagon. Okay, they're playing the best defense. You know what I'm saying, in NBA history, going through these playoffs. All right, okay, all right. Rick Carlisle and Pascal Siakam. Remember them names.
Right.
Remember them names. Remember them names. And again, and Indiana has a bench.
I'm gonna tell you this though.
Well, okay. All right. Look. All right. Now play with it, man. Play with it if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Miles Turner and Siakam, they don't
Yeah.
give Chet Holmgren problems. They don't give that boy hell.
Yeah, and Miles Turner, he is not small.
That's a big motherfucker there, boy.
He is not small.
Nope.
Okay, you think that Chet Holmgren is just gonna stand down there and block shots the whole series? Okay, all right.
Indiana team, boy, they not playing around.
This is going to be a very physical series.
Yep.
Big circulations in those magazines.
Okay, and it look.
Hard copy of this one.
All right. Okay.
I don't know why these people.
We gonna see. We are going to see how this is going to roll.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Y'all hit that like button for me, man. I was hoping that Truth was gonna get in here. We could do some Braves talk, but he wasn't able to make it. So I'm gonna hold that Braves topic until Wednesday. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, coming in, you know what I'm saying, and showing up. I appreciate everybody, you know what I'm saying, for, giving their thoughts on everything and giving, adding to the conversation like always. I love you guys. I love you. This white network does not work without you. You know what I'm saying? That's just, real talk. Mad Monday with the OG is folding down. Young Knight, give the people your closing thoughts on whatever that may be.
My closing thoughts is to all you crybaby mofos that's mad over what Kobe Bryant said about Lamar Jackson. Kiss my ass. Because what nothing he said was a lie.
Back.
I'm just saying.
Back. I'll say what in regards to what Young Knight said, what he said. Yeah.
At this point,
but,
they had his mercy.
Got the guys coming up tonight.
I would be tuning into that. I would be watching.
I think it's some Kyle Pitts talk.
Will
be going on tonight.
That don't like what's going on and they can't say anything.
My thought on that to the whole Kyle Pitts thing.
As you have any diversity,
and like I said the other day,
it's gonna be a problem.
Since Matt Ryan, how many quarterbacks has this man had? Number one. Number two,
it's gonna be a problem.
Kyle Pitts wasn't on this team last year.
And then he tried to walk it back.
Does Drake and Mooney and Ray get the numbers that they got last season? Ask yourself that question, let it sink in.
The Steelers are not.
The third question I would ask you, why is it Joshua Simon and KP
We've never seen this.
can't work and play off each other? Why has it got to be one or the other?
To be honest with you.
I mean, look at Mark Andrews and Likely on last year and the year before.
Go find somebody else who's better.
Right.
It could be the same thing. You have a bona fide quarterback that can spread the ball around. You know what I'm saying? And could break up a lot of these double teams that Kyle had on last season. All right. He had 47 catches, a little over 650 yards, you know what I'm saying, 4 touchdowns, with his contribution to the offense, which was a pretty high power offense if you really look inside the numbers. Yeah, 2, almost 3 guys, you know what I'm saying, that were, you know, that could have had 1,000 yards each. And then you also look in addition to the run game. And to say this mindset of, okay,
I think at some point they're going to have
and a lot of this come from the reporters. They're giving Joshua, you know what I'm saying, praise, you know what I'm saying, all the same time, you know what I'm saying, throwing shade on Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never really understood that. Why do you have to, you know, put a guy down to say something, you know what I'm saying, good about another one in the same position? I mean, you know, look, being an NFL tight end,
but he's never left them at the altar.
there's some growing pains you have to go through, and then for all truth and honesty, all the things that, you know, Pitts has dealt with.
Yeah.
You know, saying since Matt Ryan, I mean, come on, man, y'all stop it. Because look, first of all, he's not a receiver; he's a tight end. All right, and your expectation just because he was drafted 4th was him to come in and be a Julio Jones replacement. That's asinine in itself.
Right.
It's just asinine in itself. Okay, and I've seen a multitude of tight ends since 1986, you know, starting with Mark Guerrero. And before that, you know what I'm saying, Kellen Winslow Jr. in San Diego when he was out there with Dan Fouts. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
Now we're not willing to put up with it.
your expectation of a tight end is supposed to have, you know what I'm saying, 12, 13, 1,400 yards, 25 touchdowns, you know what I'm saying, 100, 200 receptions. That's Madden bullshit. That's Madden mindset.
Yep.
A lot of y'all out here thinking that Kyle Pitts supposed to have the numbers that y'all have with him on the game. That's fantasy bullshit talking right there. That's fantasy bullshit mindset right there.
Right.
It should have been done.
Okay, stop, man. Stop it.
Right.
Stop it. Some of y'all need to go find a couch to lay on and talk to somebody about it, because there's some of the things that y'all say out loud hit sand on as far as expectation goes. And I just be like, what are you smoking, sniffing, or shooting? You know, that has your mind so that come out of your face.
I don't think they make the playoffs. Because if he missed,
okay. You know, I can see if y'all was out here on the expectation, well, you can, you know, 60, 70, you know what I'm saying, catches, you know what I'm saying, 800, 900 yards, you know, 10, 12 touchdowns. I would understand that. But y'all out here, you know, he's supposed to have Julio Jones at 1,700 yards receiving, you know, 100, 200 receptions, you know what I'm saying, 20, break Randy Moss's single season record for touchdowns. Not gonna happen, bro.
they're
Nope.
always there.
Not gonna happen.
With your teammates. They get to know you in the locker room.
I mean, even Tony Gonzalez in his best year was not that.
Of their organization. They going through it.
Yeah, and yeah, he and you know what I'm saying, he set the standard, you know, for the tight end, Antonio Gates, you know, Travis Kelce, you know what I mean, you know, Kittle, Judge Kittle, you know, these guys is set the standard for the tight end position, you know what I'm saying, from blocking to receiving, you know, all of that.
Kansas City would be willing to give any.
You got to understand the position before you criticize the position.
Right.
You know, hey, that's just my thoughts on that a little bit. You'll probably get some more on that. As far as the state of the game with the Falcons, you know what I'm saying, coming from the guys.
Unholy Alliance tonight. You know, 6-man senator. You know what I'm saying? Tactician.
The Steelers, I don't know.
You know, a man called Don. You know, possibly. You know, y'all tune in, Mad Mike Sports 6-man. You know what I'm saying? AFN. You know, and get some more.
Way they think Mason Rudolph
Get
is.
some more.
Because Mason Rudolph actually has
Get some more.
a quarterback for
Well, hey, you know,
no
for the
way
young night,
that Aaron
this is
Rodgers.
the OG, man. Y'all got to keep it A.
I don't think Mason
You got to keep it dirty. Most know you got to keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice, man. And look, y'all be safe out there. Get it in. Kick back, relax. You know what I'm saying? Close your eyes, get some rest. And we out of here.
running you.
Peace.
But is it on Aaron? That's not.